Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsat. Let's have a look at the headlines. US government backs Sri Lanka's ongoing debt restructuring process. Government plans new legislation for better financial governance and enhance exports. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe outlined the government's plans to introduce new legislation in 2024 aimed at improving financial governance and transitioning Sri Lanka into an export-oriented economy. Wickremesinghe emphasized the importance of economic stability and outlined the steps taken to address the country's economic challenges, speaking at a religious ceremony in Kegal yesterday. The president highlighted the significance of negotiating with international financial institutions and lifting Sri Lanka's status as a bankrupt country. President Wickremesinghe expressed confidence that once the negotiations are concluded, foreign banks and companies will resume business with Sri Lanka. The president also emphasized that the government's efforts to provide relief to the people have been 3 times greater than during times of economic stability. President Wickremesinghe further outlined plans to initiating discussions with the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank to aid the modernization of agriculture. He went on to highlight the importance of introducing legislation to foster economic stability and ensure that the benefits of the developing economy are shared by all citizens. The United States government has endorsed Sri Lanka's request for an additional 5-month extension of debt restructuring proceedings, acknowledging its strategic importance in the Indo-Pacific region. In a letter addressed to U.S. District Judge Dennis L. Court, the Department of Justice affirmed Sri Lanka's commitment to economic recovery and ongoing advancements within the IMF program. The endorsement comes amidst Sri Lanka's ongoing negotiations with its creditors, including the Official Creditors Committee and private commercial creditors, to reach a consensual debt restructuring agreement. The letter noted Sri Lanka's progress in negotiations with official creditors, with an agreement in principle reached with the OCC regarding the primary parameters of debt restructuring. The Department of Justice cautioned that a judgment against Sri Lanka could disrupt the progress made in debt negotiations, potentially encouraging other private creditors to seek repayments separately. Such a breakdown could jeopardize Sri Lanka's progress in response to its economic crisis and its collaboration with international partners, including the IMF and official bilateral creditors. The endorsement underscores the importance of preserving the comparability of treatment principle in debt restructuring scenarios where the sovereign debtor seeks consistent debt treatment from all creditors. The Foreign Ministry, under the leadership of Foreign Secretary Arun Wijewardena, convened a meeting with key industry stakeholders to discuss the implications of the new EU regulation on deforestation-free products. Sri Lanka, being a direct beneficiary of the EU's generalized scheme of preferences plus, the adoption of due diligence measures becomes imperative for rubber exports to the European market. The EUDR aims to ensure that agricultural products consumed by EU citizens do not contribute to global deforestation or forest degradation. Foreign Secretary Arun Wijewardena underscored Sri Lanka's commitment to sustainable industry practices, particularly in the rubber products export sector. She sought technical assistance from the EU to help Sri Lanka adapt to the new regulatory framework. During the information session, the Directorate General for Environment of the European Commission provided a comprehensive overview of the UDR. The Department of Forest Conservation also made a presentation on measures taken to combat deforestation and increase forest cover in Sri Lanka. Over 60 rubber producing companies in Sri Lanka were represented, fostering a constructive exchange of ideas on how to navigate the new compliance procedures under the UDR. Stay tuned. We will return after the short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. The Committee on Public Finance has recommended that the Central Bank of Sri Lanka postpone the salary increase until an independent committee appointed by the Finance Minister submits a comprehensive review within 4 weeks. This recommendation was given to Central Bank officials by the Chairman of the Committee on Public Finance, Harsha De Silva, at a meeting held yesterday. This decision comes amidst concerns regarding accountability, transparency and fairness surrounding the recent salary hike of the central bank. Chairman Dr. Harsha De Silva emphasized the importance of preserving the autonomy of the central bank while addressing the need for accountability in its decision-making processes. The proposed independent committee is expected to comprise members from both within and outside the central bank as well as from the broader government sector. Dr. De Silva highlighted the challenges faced by citizens amidst the economic downturn, including tax increases and rising living costs, which have led to public outrage over the CBSL's salary hike. He also pointed out discrepancies in wage increases and the lack of transparency in salary distribution methods within the central bank. An exchange of notes between Ambassador of Japan to Sri Lanka, Mitsukoshi Hideaki, and the Secretary to the Ministry of Finance took place in Colombo recently. This exchange marked the commencement of 3 projects funded by Japanese grant aid aimed at addressing key areas of need in Sri Lanka. Through the Ministry of Fisheries, Japanese-made emergency boats and rescue boats will be provided to improve the capacity to respond to maritime accidents. The second project is designed to support women in the northern province with a focus on maternal and child health and capacity development. This assistance aims to empower women economically and contribute to their protection and well-being. The third project aims to enhance Sri Lanka's Coast Guard's capacity to respond to maritime oil spills along the coastal regions. Equipment such as vessels for oil boom and oil recovery sets will be provided to enable prompt response to oil spill accidents, prevent the spread of damage, and protect the marine environment. The Embassy of Japan in Sri Lanka has affirmed its commitment to contributing to Sri Lanka's development across various sectors. Leonardo by Bella Vita is another signature Italian restaurant earmarked as the best Italian cuisine in the main tourism hub at Ettukala in Negombo. A chef who had worked almost 35 years in Italy invites you all for a memorable traditional Italian meal at Leonardo by Bella Vita at Ettukala. Leonardo by Bella Vita's is the brainchild of master Italian chef Nisal Appuhami after working at Verona in Veneto, Italy for over 3 decades. Leonardo by Bella Vita is the ideal setting for a one-of-a-kind gourmet dining experience serving a 7-course Italian cuisine in a scenic setting. Nisal, the executive chef and the proprietor of Leonardo by Bella Vita, says he wanted to serve and provide customers an opportunity to experience authentic Italian cuisine. Further, the ambience and architecture of the restaurant are reminiscent of an Italian art gallery. The softly lit up, warm and friendly atmosphere combined with vibrant music will facilitate you for a memorable day in your life. Leonardo by Bella Vita is fashioned with rustic raw wood, and the comfort of customers are enhanced by well-spaced wooden tables and a variety of seating choices. It also provides you 2 air-conditioned private lounges, preserving distinctive Italian atmosphere. Wine cellar, wood-fired ovens, action kitchens, and ground-level dining areas, as well as guidelines in the upstairs dining areas, were all used to draw guests to the restaurant other than the traditional Italian cuisine, which is the main attraction. Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The all share price index dropped 64.4 points to close at 11,174.54, and the S&P SL20 dropped 26.25 points to close at 3,182.49. The turnover was 0.6 billion rupees and over 33 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.